Hello and welcome back to Galactic Goddess TV. I'm your host, Radhanelia, and today we're thrilled to announce something new, exciting, and empowering for you. Each month, we're going to be doing Astro Updates with our in-house expert, Yvonne Irene. Yvonne will provide invaluable galactic guidance, blending her astrological mastery with profound healing insights. With her background in counseling and psychotherapy, she's also an acclaimed author in Stories of the Goddess, Divine Feminine, Frequency Keepers. And we're so excited to offer you tools to empower your life and illuminate your cosmic journey. So stay tuned and welcome, Yvonne.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here and dive into the astrology of August because this is an action-packed month.
It is. Can you just help us understand this Mercury retrograde?
Yes, absolutely. So this Mercury retrograde is an interesting one because normally when we have our Mercury retrograde, it's just happening in one sign. And this one actually happens to be going through two signs. So the first is Virgo, and this is happening from August 4th to August 14th.
Mm.
And if you've been feeling this energy, August is really going to be impacted by this Virgo and Leo retrograde. So when Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Virgo, it is really asking us to look at the way that we are communicating, to make revisions, and to workshop themes connected to that sign.
Wow. So we have two chances to work through. And how does it differ from, the start to, the first to the second?
Yeah, so the first, when we're having it in Virgo, we're really being asked to look at our communication from the lens of Virgo. And Virgo wants to have the communication be perfect, can be very analytical and very nitpicky. So we're being asked to look at the way that we're communicating and show a little more kindness and a little more empathy with ourselves. Because when Mercury is in Virgo, we can tend to be so harsh on ourselves and how we communicate and really beat ourselves up if things are not going perfectly. So this retrograde is really giving us opportunities to you know struggle a little bit with our communication, but on the flip side, we're really learning how to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves that grace.
Mm, that's so beautiful. I love that there's healing opportunities here and that, every breakdown we may have may lead to actually a breakthrough.
Yes, absolutely. And it's such a big difference with the energy of Leo. And we'll be going into that energy of Leo on the 14th. And Leo is all about having heart centered communication and really expressing ourselves truly and deeply from our hearts. So if we've not been communicating from that heartfelt space, if we've been really shutting down our voice and not expressing ourselves, whether it's through you know, forms of art media, making that beautiful art, speaking, communicating, whatever form of self expression that you really want to do. This retrograde is inviting you to connect back with those mediums and modalities and really come from a heart centered space.
Mm, that sounds so delicious and perfect. I think we're all ready to just drop into that energy.
Yes, yes. I feel like we're so ready and we're really looking forward to it. And as well, when Mercury goes direct, that's happening on August 28th. And that's
Mm.
going to feel so good because we're not going to have that heaviness of that energy anymore. The energy is going to be flowing direct. It's going to be much easier for us to really connect with that energy of Mercury in Leo and really take
Oh.
action on those forms of self expression that we've been wanting to do.
Oof, that is exciting. I love the energy of Leo and, that feeling of doing things because you're passionate about doing them and just sharing it without any expectation. And it's such a warm energy. So I'm excited about that. And Could you tell us about the upcoming full moon in Aquarius, August 19th?
Yes. So we have a full moon in Aquarius happening on August 19th, and full moons are such beautiful points for us to check in with ourselves and see what it is that we want to surrender and release and let go. And when the full moon is in the sign of Aquarius, it is really asking us to connect with ourselves authentically and
Mm-hmm.
how we are showing up. Everyone knows that the sign of Aquarius is kind of connected to that, saying, marching to the beat of your own drummer. And Aquarius does so completely unapologetically
Mm-hmm.
and has no shame in showing up as their full, authentic self, even if they're perceived as the odd ones out. So, this full moon is really inviting us to step into our power, own our quirks, release that fear, and really show up authentically.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I mean, it feels positive. I think people get so much, anxiety about like the retrograde months and they stop their lives. And so it's nice to reinforce the positive things so people can feel like they can keep living.
Absolutely. I'm always telling clients when, a retrograde is happening or a tough transit, like it is okay. We are going to get through it. This too shall pass. And what we're being asked to do is to work with that energy. And when we are working with it and we are doing what is being asked, when the energy turns direct,
Mhm.
things just become smooth sailing for us versus when we're fighting against it. It's like we're swimming up against a current that
Mhm.
is constantly trying to push us back, and we just end up tiring ourselves out.
Mm. Yeah, I think learning to go with the current, but to know what it is, because that way you can go with it. Otherwise, if you don't know, you're just kind of fighting this invisible energy, right?
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel when we don't know what's happening. We kind of just feel like we're just taking punches in the air and we don't even know what we're trying to punch.
Exactly. And so do we have more than one retrograde happening this month?
Yes, we have about four planetary retrogrades, and then we have a Chiron retrograde as well.
Oh, okay. So this is a juicy time. And what can you just invite us into those retrogrades and tell us about them?
So we have a Pluto retrograde happening, and this is a period for deep transformation. And we also have a Saturn retrograde, and this is calling in structure and discipline into our lives. And we have a Neptune retrograde, and this is really asking us what we need to surrender, let go, where we need to experience more spiritual growth in our lives. And then we have the Mercury retrograde that we spoke around, which is all about our communication, learning, expression. And then we have a Chiron retrograde. Chiron is not a planet, it is considered an asteroid, and it's something that I personally use and look at in readings with clients. And this is showing what area of life there is a lot of deep healing happening and where we're being asked to be more vulnerable.
Hmm. Chiron retrograde. I didn't
Mhm.
even know that was a thing until today.
Yes, yes.
And Chiron is the wounded healer, right?
Yes, that is the asteroid that is connected to the wounded healer archetype.
So when it's retrograding, going backwards, how does that activate our wounds?
So, what it's asking is for us to reflect on the theme that is connected to the zodiac sign that it's in. So, it's in Aries, and you would look at where Aries is inside your chart, and that will show what areas and themes of life are being activated along with the Aries archetype. So, the Aries archetype is connected to our independence, um, allowing ourselves to be seen, and as well um, our connection with ourselves.
Ah, okay. That's beautiful. What an interesting thing to learn. And
Yeah.
I mean, so August 22nd, we're going into Virgo season. And how does that fit into the mix?
Yeah, so we're going into Virgo season. And so that means the sun is leaving from the sign of Leo. And when the sun is in Leo, it's all about self expression. We really want to be seen, we really want to put ourselves out there. And
Mhm.
the energy of Virgo is more different because Virgo is coming in, and we might feel like, all right, I really want to bring in new routines into my life. I really want to get it together with my health, my wellness. I really want to learn more about self improvement because Virgo is connected to health, wellness, and self improvement. We may
Mhm.
also find ourselves wanting to create more stability, more structure with the routines that we have in our day to day. And we're also going to focus a little bit more around details and being more analytical. It's a really beautiful time to get things done.
Oh, I like that. That sounds very, very good. Um, wow. And then Venus enters Libra August 29th. And what does that even mean?
Yeah, so Venus is the planet that is connected to love, beauty, and relationships. And at the beginning of the month, we had Venus in the sign of Virgo. And Venus is actually not very comfortable in Virgo
Mm,
because Virgo energy can be very critical. And this is seen a lot with maybe when we're, being so hypercritical on ourselves, we might be experiencing negative self-talk because we're so focused on the error that we made in a situation. So Venus doesn't really enjoy being in Virgo as much. But when it moves into Libra, it's very happy because Libra is ruled by Venus. And that brings a beautiful opportunity for us to connect with others because Libra loves connecting, loves talking, loves being in relationship with other people.
hmm.
It's also a beautiful time to really, do beauty routines, beauty regimens, get
Ooh.
that haircut that you've been craving, really dive into beauty. So if there's like skincare that you've been wanting to do or getting your nails done, any kind of activities on that level, it's a very beautiful time to engage with them when Venus is at home in Libra.
Oh, it's nice. I love that. I love that. A little pampering, a little self-love, bringing it back, to ourselves in a way, pampering ourselves. And
Yeah, it's such a great time to really take care of yourself, to really nurture yourself. And as well, it's a beautiful time to just connect with others because Libra
Mhm.
loves connection. So if there's, someone who you've been wanting to connect with, whether on a platonic friendship level or on a romantic level, like this is a beautiful time to initiate that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So that doesn't sound so scary, guys, does it? I mean, yeah, there's retrogrades going on, but there's a lot of beautiful opportunities to take advantage of these energies as well and make them work for you instead of being afraid. And that's why I'm so excited that we're doing this and we're gonna keep doing it every single month to help, enlighten people on their path and take away the fear and bring in empowerment. So I'd love to know, like, what are the key takeaways that people can, really hold on to?
Yeah, so with August, because most of the month we're going to be experiencing that Mercury retrograde, retrogrades are such beautiful times to go inward, to go internal, and focus on reflection. So I really recommend looking at the themes of Virgo and
Mm,
where have I been so critical with myself? Where have I been so harsh with myself? And think about how can I show more kindness with myself?
mm,
And on the flip side, with Virgo too, it's also asking us to look at where do I need to bring more structure and where do I need to bring more routine into my life? And thinking about one thing, I always tell folks just focus on one small thing you can do. If you're, for example, wanting to improve your health and you notice you're always dehydrated,
mm-hmm.
focus on that first. Focus on drinking an extra glass of water every day. Start small and build up gradually.
Mm. Very good advice. I love that. And that's a reminder too for me to drink more water because I drink a lot of caffeine. So yeah, that sounds good. But those small things add up, and it is the little things that really do make the biggest difference. So I think it would be nice to do perhaps a little bit of journaling and write down the small bite-sized habits, not too many, but just what can you implement each day that's just makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's always such a beautiful reminder to start small. I know sometimes when we have that self-development journey, we feel like, oh, we need to do all of this so we can get there faster. And I
Mhm.
have found that when we go slow and steady, we're building up that consistency that takes us to the end.
Mm, beautiful. That's beautiful. It's kind of like curating a book. You got to do the small steps every single day, and then something beautiful happens. So
Exactly.
excited about this month. And then I guess we can do you want to speak briefly on the other retros, or we can tune into another session with that?
Yeah, we can tune into another session with that.
Okay, wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Just with August, like we had mentioned, it's a beautiful month for self reflection. And especially, I love checking in on the full moons. Like, that is such a beautiful time to release and let go, and also check in with yourself and set intentions. I know most people just say full moons, release and let go, but I also love to use it as a time to set my intention and also check in with the intention that I put forward during the new moon.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful way to track your intentions. So, well, thank you so very much for coming on today. Thank you for being part of this and to bring all of this beautiful wisdom and knowledge to our audience. And Yvonne is also available for one-to-one sessions. She's giving a very special discount to our tribe. So all that information will be below. And we just want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions that you want to perhaps ask, you can always leave it in the comments below. And until next time, we thank you and much love and blessings. Bye for now.